Bonjour, my beautiful friend. Welcome to Soapunk TV. I'm your host, Kronos Hartshiner. And in this episode, we're going to address the issue of when magic seems to fail you, when magic seems to abandon you, and you think that it never ever worked, which happens to me very recently once again. And I think this is a very common experience. Tell me in the comments if that speaks to you. I think every practitioner along the magical path, every people into the spiritual search, they've experienced those cycles where everything seems to go perfectly fine and alright, and your clairvoyance is perfectly clear and you're aligned with the universe and magic is guiding you, and then whoop, nothing seems to work, everything is utter chaos and you feel absolutely powerless. Those are speaks to you. So it happens to me quite recently. The strongest time it happened to me recently was when I had COVID, when I went through COVID and I was in the middle of the forest trying to recover from COVID, and I tried to call upon my guides who regularly told me the weeks and the month before that it was time for me to trust my healing powers. And I was like, what the fuck is going on if I can't even heal myself? And despite having being vaccinated, having a healthy lifestyle, and still, there you go, I have COVID. And still, as of today, as I'm talking to you, I still have a little bit of symptoms. That's life. And it was very easy for me to enter this game, this mind trap, to say, well, magic is just bullshit, it's just stories in my head that I'm delusioning myself with. Which is exactly what I tell you all the time. Magic doesn't have to be real in order to improve your life. So how can we use that to improve our lives when nothing seems to work? When depression hits and you seem absolutely powerless and abandoned by disconnection from the divine, from the mystic. So when I try to reach to my guides, they just told me it's time for you to be by yourself. And this is actually very profound because it made me think, if I have to be by myself, there is a good reason for that. So what is the reason? The reason is that magic, I would say more specifically your guides, the entities, the spirits you work with, the gods, goddesses, they're not here to do the work for you. They're here to show you how the work is done. And what is the work? At the core, at the root of it, it's self-love. The core of the magical work is self-support, self-love. And they're just here to bask in their own glorious self-love in order to show you how it's done. But eventually you need to learn how to do it by yourself. And how will you do it by yourself if you're not thrown into testing situation? Like we are baby God in a giant toolbox, and we are given situations, frequencies, patterns, mental thoughts, people, events that are here to help us grow. And this is the very core of what I say, what is magic, my ability to generate an immediate confirmation. What is this confirmation I talk about? This confirmation is the one that has been talked about since millennia. The universe is taking care of me. Like I'm on the golden path of my highest fulfillment, growth. I'm here to, everything in my experience is here to serve me and to help me remembering and unraveling and folding my own divinity. And I don't have to like it. So it's all about saying the truth. I feel absolutely abandoned, I feel powerless, I'm sick, I feel tired, I'm exhausted, and I think that magic never worked. So what? So what? Am I a victim of my circumstances, or will I take the opportunity to take this very unpleasant moment and situation to affirm again and again that despite anything, I will be a beacon of light, I will be a beacon of magic and beauty, even if I'm not at 100% of what I used to be, even if I don't believe it, because it's not about believing it, it's about doing it. Like magic is an art. Magic is an expression of your glorious inner divinity. You don't have to believe it, you have to express it. And the more you practice expressing it, even in the most direct circumstances, this is how you become stronger and you become this pillar of inner strength that can also help other people along the way. Yourself first, of course, this is how you train, but then you can become a guide as well. And this is pretty sure the work that those spirits have done before. Like they learn how to pick up themselves out of hell and to tether them back up to the best timeline, this golden path. And because they shine so brightly now, they just want everybody to get it. But realize that the experience you're going through right now, with all respect from the sorrow or the pain it may involve, of course, it's only in the past. You can only experience the past. And this is a very scientific fact, actually. You can only experience the past because the moment the signal is being generated by the machine, the simulation, and being interpreted by your midbrain, there is a delay, there is a lag. And this lag is very proof that you can only experience the past, including your very own emotions and thoughts. So what is your real identity? Your real identity is not in the now, it's in the ultimate future, where you already realized absolute highest being of love and freedom and power. So this is the work. This is the work that no one can do for you. It's like when everything seems to go wrong, just say, I remember, this is a technique from Neville Goddard actually. I remember when I was suffering that much. I remember when I thought I was powerless. This is a very beautiful technique because it helps you realize that you're living through here, you're living through a memory. You're living through a memory. And this is the reason why we close our rituals by, it is done. It is done. It's like we already in the best timeline. It is done. Feel that. It is done. And stay true to yourself. It's not about positive thinking. It's not about trying to pretend to be or to feel what you don't feel or what you're not. It's like, I really hate this situation and I'm suffering so much, I want to escape. And just stating the truth, relax. Reintegrate your own shadow, reintegrate what you're going through, and you can say, and I remember when I was suffering that much. I remember when I was such in pain. And I can relax now because it is done. It is done. It is done. And once again, you won't have instant results because magic doesn't sometimes, as I said, work with cycles, but you can use the opportunity to treat those little depressing moments. Because let's be honest, most of us, I mean, me, I have a fucking amazing life. And some people are in real tragedy, and they're gonna use the same tool actually to pick themselves up. There is this book that everybody should read, Man's Search from Meaning, from Viktor Frankl. I'm gonna put it in the description. I already talked about it a lot. It's one of the most magical books that you can ever read. It's this psychologist who went through the death camp in East Germany, and he was realizing that sometimes it's not the most physically strong people who can survive, but it's the ones who can make a meaning, who can find meaning toward the utter hell they're going through. And this meaning doesn't even have to be positive, but just to have a meaning, this is what helps you go through life. And this is the art and science of magic that I want to share with you. I want you to see life through the eyes of the mystic, to the eyes of the sorcerer, and say, yes, I can make meaning out of that. And I don't even have to believe that it is true. It's just gonna be a tool for me to go through life in the most efficient way, to express myself in the most beautiful way, and to be in the most beautiful absolute service for myself and for others. I hope it really helps. If there is a few things that you want me to clarify, please drop something in the comment and let's engage the conversation. And once again, it's a pleasure to interact with you, and my deepest honor to know that you've been giving me your attention. I love you so much, and I bless you.